everyone, welcome back to my channel for another interesting tutorial. Today we are going to see how to create satisfying loop video like dice sliding and dice rolling. Please watch full video so you don't miss any steps. So let's get started. We are going to start in the same way everyone does. So we will delete the default cube. Then we will use dice model for this video. So I'm using Blender Kit for model. So we will just search for dice and then we will just select the free first. So we are going to use the free model. Then I'm using this red color dice. So we will modify color letters for different dices because we are going to have so many dices. So we'll just modify the colors at the end. Now we have dice in our scene. So just let me add the screencast keys so you can just see the keys which I'm using, commands at the bottom left corner. So let's start. So we will just select the cube and we will scale it up according to our need. Now we are going to create a dices, multiple dices for this. So we are going to create a square with the dices like dices on each side, and we are going to create a square like that. So we will just go to the top view. Then just duplicate the dice using Shift D, and then just place it adjacent to the first dice. Then we are going to create a third dice and then again place it adjacent to this, and we will just create a square with the 12 dices. I will just fast forward this one. So now we have our 12 dices ready for the first layer. So now you can see, so each dice is having one number at the top, so we have to change that. So for that, so if we just rotate as of now, so you will see it's not rotating according to the center. So we just have to uh, fix the center of the, we have to fix the origin. So just select all the cube and you can just right click and set origin to the center of the mass volume. You can do so. All dices will have center pivot at the center. So when if you rotate, you will see it's rotating based on center. So just now randomly rotate the dices, so different numbers will be shown, but it should be in some symmetry. So it will not be identified in the loop. So it should be like uh, visible as a loop video. So for this, I'm just choosing opposite sides as a same number. So once you have done the setting up the number, so we are good with the first layer. Yes, we will save the project. And then once it is saved properly, just keep saving in between after each step so you don't lose anything. Now select, now we have to create the second layer of the dices. So just select all the dices and just scale it up twice. So just press S and then 2. So it will scale twice and just place it outside of the first layer. Now just adjust the Z location. So all the dices should be on the same Z level from the top. So just we will adjust the Z location for that dices. And then we will create two more layers similarly like this. We will just select the outer 12 dices and then just Shift D, duplicate it, and then scale it twice again. And then just place it outside of the second layer. And similarly, we will create one more layer, fourth layer, and just select the dices of the third layer and just again duplicate it and scale it twice and place it similarly. So we are creating four layers. So nothing, no other area will be visible in the camera. So our camera should not be capturing any other areas apart from the dice. Now we will set up the render setting. Our animation will be of 300 frames, so we will have 300 frames scene. So we just update the end frame from 250 to 300 frames. Then go to render settings and update render engine to cycles. Select GPU compute. Then render noise threshold to zero point zero 0.03 and expand denoise. Check use GPU. Then go to performance. Select persistent data in the final render and then expand compositor, select GPU, and we will just have maximum sample to 256 for render and viewport maximum samples to 128. Now go to output properties, double the resolution for 4K, so set frame rate to 60 fps. Currently camera is in normal video mode. We are creating this for YouTube short, so we just have to change the resolution. So for that, just we have to swap the resolution settings for X and Y. So we will do that. Now we will set up output folder where images will be generated. Then set the compression to 0 percentage. Now our settings are done. Now first we will set up our camera. So place it like only dices will be visible. And then we are going to start our animation process. So all the keyframes and everything we are going to add now. So we will start from the end frames and then we will just come back to the starting frame. So we are going to follow that process. So first we will select the innermost dices and we will move it in upward Z direction by G plus Z, and then we will place it just above the level other dices are there. So once it has correct Z location, we will add keyframe using K and then location, rotation, and scale. Then I will just enable screencast again because it was disabled. Not sure why. Then okay, so now we will just add sky texture for now. So we will see normal lighting when we render the image. This can be adjusted finally once all other things are done. So we will adjust camera a little bit more, otherwise we will have extra space in the camera. And we will just little bit decrease the sky texture strength to 0.6. Now just render it. Now we can see the image is rendered. So now we have to save this image. So this image will be used as a reference image later. So we will use as a background image in the camera. So just save it, give some name like dice slide reference image so it will be easily known. Now just select all dices and put location and scale keyframe at frame 300. Then scale keyframe is required because we are going to change the scale of dice for loop animation. We are not going to move camera. We are not going to animate camera. Anything we are not doing. Now we will move one by one each dice which we moved up. So we will move it across X and Y location and Z will be same. So we are going to animate dices from frame 60. So just move it to frame 60. Now click on Z axis to for top view. Just verify all inner dices are in correct Z location. Now grab first dice and move it far and then rotate it in Z direction. I'm rotating it to 720 degrees, then add location and rotation keyframe. Then do it for the second dice, third dice. So we'll just quickly do for all 12 dices. It's done. Just play the animation. Now we can see dice is sliding from far position to the center and it looks good. The animation is proper for sliding. Now I will just tell what to do if you want to roll the dice like rotation of dice instead of sliding. So there is no change in the process except this step. So instead of sliding, what we are going to do, we just have to rotate dice from frame 60 to 300 frame. Now select any four dice of one side, select 3D cursor from the left side. Now make sure pivot point is 3D cursor, and because we are going to rotate according to the 3D cursor point. So now place 3D cursor at bottom right corner of the dices. Then we will do rotation at each 30 frame and we are starting from the last. So 300 frame we have already added the keyframe. So we will just move to 270 frame. Now we will just rotate those dices by 90 degrees. We will do just R plus Y plus 90. So you can just press that and it will rotate by 90 degree, or you can do manually also. Then add location and rotation keyframe, then move to frame 240, place 3D cursor again at the corner again, rotate it, uh, apply the keyframe, location and rotation, and then move to 110 and just follow it till every 30 frames, follow it till 60 frame. Now once it's done, let's run the animation. Wow, we are able to rotate dices. It's rotating properly till center. Now we will do for one more side. So just select two dices from the next adjacent side, rotate it same way, but you have to rotate it manually on adjacent side. I don't know the reason like why it doesn't work like R plus X plus 90. So that doesn't work. So I have to rotate it manually. So just rotate it manually at each 30 frame, starting from 270 to 40 till 60 frame, and just at the same location and rotation keyframe. It will take just a little bit more time because we are doing manually. Now it's done. So let's play the animation. So we can see the dices are rotating perfectly. So now let's go back to the sliding one. So let's continue. So we will now go to frame one. Now select all 12 dices from the second layer. Like currently the innermost 12 dices at frame one, which we are seeing. Move it up in Z direction, G plus Z. So move it same Z location we did earlier. Then insert keyframe, select location and scale now. And let's play the animation. Now these 12 dices are moving down from frame 1 to frame 300, but we don't want that. We want dices to move down at frame 60, where our other dices start sliding towards center. So move to frame 60 and then move those 12 dices down Z direction to the original position. Insert location keyframe only for now. Now go to frame 1 and switch to camera view. select all dices except the ones which are sliding. We are not going to do anything on those dices. So now the scale the selected dices little bit. Actual scale we will do later just after this step. Now select camera, go to its properties, scroll down and you will see this background images. So select background images, click on add image and then open the image. Select the reference image which we saved earlier. Now select again same dices except the sliding ones. Switch to wireframe mode. So now you can see the background image. Now only thing we have to do is matching current selected dices with the background image. So you can just zoom in more so that we can map the properly current dices to the background image. So move the selected dices little down to match the corner of center dices. Then zoom out and check if everything looks good or not. So we can see scale is not matching. So scale it little bit. Then again match the dices. Try to match it best. Little bit different will not make much issue, but yeah, it's better. The more it matches, the better animation it will be. Now once it's done, insert location in scale keyframe. Now move to frame 60 and check the center dices is correct or not. These dices does not look correct, so just go to the top view and move the dices to the center. Insert location in scale keyframe and let's play the animation. Now it looks good. Switch to camera view. Dices are moving down properly and other dices are sliding properly. Now if you see first and last frame both are matching. There is no difference in the camera view. That's the thing we wanted for loop animation. The main thing is first and last frame should match. So the more it matches, the more better loop video it will be. Now switch to render view. Go to output settings. Select the checkbox render region and crop to render region. So it will just show only that part on the render region. Other things will not be visible while render view. First frame and last frame look same. Now just let's play the animation again. It looks good. So, but we are still missing something. We are seeing the background image at the center, which is not making animation good. So for that, just set simple plane. So go to solid view, add plane and scale it up so center part is covered. Check render again and we can see its color is not material is not correct, so just we will give it a black color so it looks like a hole at the center, like dice are dropping in the hole. So once this is done, animation is done, we can see all dices in red color, so that can be changed. So let's give different material to the dices. Now I'm keeping same color for the opposite dices so loop will not be identified. So we cannot give totally random materials also because it will not look good in the animation. So we have to follow some symmetry. So I'm starting with die showing number 3. Let's give it a blue color instead of red with all other properties same. So select any dice with 3 number, go to material, then select the material which is red. Make it single user copy so all other dice's colors will not change. Update the color to the blue where red is present. Attach blue color to all dices with number 3. Similarly, I will just give different colors to all the dices. Once it's done, play the animation and you will see it's looking good. Now render the animation. So I will be doing by creating each frame in the PNG format and then creating video from those images. So if any issue comes while rendering, so we will have the whatever the frames are generated, we can continue from the remaining ones. In the case of video, if anything crashes, so we have to start it again. So I prefer to do it in PNG format. So once all the images or frames are generated, I will just create a animation using video editing and then attach a good sound and then the video will be ready. I hope you got the idea how we created satisfying loop animation. So you can tweak it as per your idea, rotating, sliding, or if any other way you want to do, you can just modify it. I hope you like this video. So if you like this, please share it with others. Please subscribe to my channel for more tutorial and animation videos. Thank you for watching.